Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Enneagram and Coaching. I'm Hillary, your certified Enneagram coach, and today we are learning what it's like to work with the type 3s in the workplace. Whether you are a 3, work with a 3, work for a 3, this video is for you. If you have a 3 in your life, this video can help you in the workplace and even outside the workplace. Let's be honest, you can take all these skills wherever you go in life, but I want to mainly focus on the workplace today and what that's like. And the workplace may look different. It may look like a Zoom call, a text, an email, even in person now. It looks different for everybody right now, and so I think it's a great time to learn to accept and embrace each other's differences and learn how to communicate better in the workplace. So, type 3s, let's do this. Like I said, this video is going to help you if you work for a 3, work with a 3, or you are a 3, or you just have a 3 in your life. This will give you great insight and knowledge on what it's like to be a 3. The Enneagram in the workplace is so important right now. We have so many different personalities that we're trying to work with, and so I just think it's a great time to teach on this subject to help you guys. I've already taught on types 1 and types 2. I'll link those down below. And now I want to teach on the type 3. I just really feel like it's so important to learn about each other's differences and learn to embrace and accept them. Let's learn about other people's motivations. What makes them tick? What makes them move forward? What makes them excited about life? What makes them them? Because the bottom line is we cannot expect everyone to show up to life the way we do, right? Because we're all different personalities. And so the goal is to learn to accept each other and to embrace each other and learn to care for each other just how they are. And so that's what this video series is about, just learning about each other. Let's learn to embrace each other and accept each other's differences. My recommendation is to take notes. I'm going to be sharing a few things in a bunch of different areas. So even if you are a 3, take notes, because it is important for you to even know, how are you seen? How do you come across? How do other personalities interpret who you are? Okay, so where do I want to start? I want to start with, who are they? Who are the type 3s? Well, they are known as the achiever because when they are healthy, they achieve and do great things. They dream big dreams and inspire others. They are the ones that are really busy and on the go a lot. They will have jam-packed meetings, really busy schedules, and really they work well in this. And usually they put a lot of effort in their outside appearance because that's just as important to them. They want to look successful, they want to look the part, and so they are going to put a lot of effort into that also. When they walk in a room, they make great first impressions. Their goal is to be appreciated and valued for their success, discoveries, and achievements. They inspire others to take action. It's super important for them to come across as a winner. They love setting goals and then accomplishing them. They are generous and wise and great at self-development. Okay, so let's move on to, what are some of their strengths? Well, they are competitive, focused, charismatic, and very hardworking. These combination of strengths help them towards getting what they are going after. Type 3s, they are highly adaptable, and they are the ones that when they do walk in the room, they will feel out what the temperature of the room is, and they will meet the expectations of others. Another strength is, if things need to be moved forward, they will do more than their work to make sure that happens. And honestly, they just enjoy working. They are passionate and upbeat and have a natural enthusiasm when they are working in a role that they love. They hate wasting anyone's time. They just get what they need when they need it and move on because they have places to go and people to see, right? All right, so let's move on to some areas of development for the type 3. A big one for them is sometimes they can overwork themselves, and this actually can come out sideways. And what that would look like is they will start to get overly critical, resentful, and not able to adapt as easily anymore. Another one is 3s measure themselves by what they are externally achieving, and then they become too focused on their image. So if you're a 3, watch for this. You definitely are not defined just by your successes and achievements. You are amazing just as you are. Another area for development is 3s hate failure. So much that sometimes they will not attempt what they might fail at. And honestly, my son's a 3 and we have seen this throughout his life. And an example I have is a few weeks ago, he had an opportunity to go golfing and he really did not want to go because he had never golfed before. So therefore he figured that he probably wasn't going to be as good as everyone else that was going. And so he didn't want to go. But as his mom, I know he's 19, but as his mom, I encouraged him to go. And so he went. And actually everybody was kind of like on his same level. And what ends up happening is he has a blast. He had so much fun, and now he's totally obsessed with golf and he wants to learn. And it's so important for a type 3 to try things that they may fail at, because then they will no longer be terrified of failure, and then they will actually start to share with others what they've learned from their mistakes. And so that's really healthy for a 3. Go after things you may or may not fail and learn from them. Okay, so moving on to what's great about working with a type 3. Well, they actually love working, and this enthusiasm can run off of them and be caught by other people on their team. Another good one is they will always do more than their share of the work, and they are natural leaders and will just step in and take the lead if it is needed. Another great one is they are really confident, and they usually know how to go after a goal and get success, and this confidence is actually super infectious to other people. And the last thing on what's great about working with a 3 is they have tons of energy and will keep everyone on task and focused towards working towards a goal. Okay, so moving on to 3s feel like it's hard working with others because the first one is they do not want to be bored. And they feel like meetings can just run on, and it could really bother them if people ask questions that have really already been answered, and so it just makes the meeting even longer. And usually in this instance, they will just stop listening. Another big one is they do not want to get caught up with analysis paralysis. And what that means is they want to decide the best course and just move on. They don't want to pick it apart. They don't want to do a ton of research and never move forward. They want to decide it together and then move forward. Another thing they might say it's hard working with others is when people slow them down. Because why? They are go-getters, they move at a fast pace, and it will cause them to have to wait for others, and that can be hard for them. And the last thing is when something makes them or their team look bad, because again, they are focused on image and they don't want to look bad, so that can be hard for them. Okay, so let's move on to ways to communicate with the type 3. First one is encourage them and affirm them. They want to be supported and need others to do this. So for example, my son, again, the type 3, his love language is words of affirmation. So what does that mean? He needs you to affirm him. He needs you to compliment. He needs you to call out the great things that he's doing in order for him to feel cared for. And so I think it's really important to not withhold this from 3s. I know that they come across so confident, like they wouldn't need that, but let me tell you guys, they do need that. And so don't forget to affirm them. It's a great way to communicate with them. Okay, so the next one is have a clear outline of what you want and what needs to be done. Be positive in your delivery to them and always come with a problem-solving approach. That's super important for communication with a type 3. And another good one is when they are focused and working, try not to interrupt them, especially to talk about an issue or a problem. Guys, they are in full throttle. They are moving ahead, and to have to stop and talk about something can be really hard for them. And the last one is they really need to know what your expectations are of them. Be clear with examples of what that looks like. It just will frustrate a type 3 if you aren't clear. So just give them examples of what it could look like. Okay, so let's move on to you might be working with a type 3 if 1, they're always talking about the future and what that can look like. 2, they could walk in a room and make connection and conversation immediately. 3, they might not stop to celebrate their successes. They actually have this like moving forward attitude all the time, right? And so please help them stop and celebrate those wins. Even if they're small wins, they need help on stopping and celebrating some of the successes that they have. And 4, they are dressed for success. They really try with their appearance, and it's important to them. So those are 4 things that you might be working with a type 3 if. Okay, so moving on to how to get along with a type 3. A big one is encourage them and let them know how much you appreciate them for simply just being themselves while continuing to affirm their accomplishments. Provide harmonious and peaceful surroundings that they can thrive in. Tell them you like working with them. Try not to distract them or interrupt them when working. I've already fully covered that, but it does go along with how to get along with them. Another good one is give them honest feedback, but make sure you're not coming across as judgmental or critical. They'll pick up on that right away and become defensive. So just give them honest feedback, but don't let your own emotions get in that. And lastly, know that emotion and introspection is hard for them. Give them lots of grace and time. Because again, I have a stances video that explains this better, but their feelings are repressed, and so they need extra time to work on that. Okay, so the last one I want to cover today, growth practices for a type 3. First one is notice your aggressive nature when it comes to chasing goals. Just make sure you're not plowing over others in the process. It's not wrong to go after goals. It's not wrong to, be aggressive. That is in your nature, but don't plow over anybody in the process. Which leads us into practicing patience with others when you feel like they're wasting your time. Just remember, you are trying to build a relationship with them, so that this is important. As much as we're telling them, try not to interrupt you, we're also telling type 3s, have patience if it does happen, because it's gonna happen, right? Another great one is take time each day to just be. not working on anything, not doing anything, whether it be 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever time limit you want to put on it. It's really important for a 3 to just be. And if you don't even know what this would look like, ask others in your life. Ask them, say, what does it look like for you to just be? And try some of their suggestions. A really good one for a type 3, write a list of who you are. Do you know who you are without your accomplishments? This will help you learn and appreciate who you are outside these roles that you're in and day out. And it leads us to the last one. You are not only what you do and accomplish. This will help you not to over-identify with your work. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you learned something today. Whether you are a 3, I hope you learned about yourself, whether you work with a 3, whether you live with a 3, whether if you just have a 3 in your life, I hope this helped you understand them a little bit better and accept them for who they are. So what did we cover today? Who they are, their strengths, their areas of development. It's hard working with others because what's great about working with a type 3, ways to communicate. You might be working with a type 3 if, how to get along with a 3, and some growth suggestions for the type 3. So we learned a lot, and I just hope that you guys can understand what makes a 3 motivated, what makes them move forward, what drives a 3. It's so important to understand that. I've said that so many times in this video, but I cannot say it enough. So if you liked the video, please give this video a thumbs up. It's so important to me and it helps me to keep making these videos. And then also subscribe to my videos because this is only video 3 and a 9 video series. And I really think all 9 of these, you could take these with you. You could take these in your workplace, right? And so it's so good to learn about everybody else, not just about yourself. So subscribe to my videos so you don't miss anything that's coming up. And leave me any comments in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. It's one of my favorite parts. But that's all I have today. Until next time, bye guys.